Okay, I hope you all can hear me. So, where should I start? Um, well, I- I'm sure you'll be even surprised to know that I got to know the word autism only after our daughter was born. Our daughter is Raquel. She'll be 18 in June this year. So, when it came to Raquel, our first clue was that there was a delay in her speech even at the age of 2 because she was only using single words. And so we were at first we thought it may be due to the fact that there was no one at home except for my mother during the daytime on weekdays, and that she should mingle with the kids. And then we put her to a play group, and even after a while we there was no improvement. So that is when we started taking her to all the psychologists, therapists. Finally, she was diagnosed with moderate autism. So it was, I mean, obviously our first reaction was to deny it. I mean, how can you accept something that you didn't even know existed, right? But then again, we realized denying the fact doesn't necessarily change the fact. So then we thought the best that as parents, what we can do was to get her the right help necessary. Then through our contacts, we ended up at this center called the Focus Ability, which was founded by one Miss Ayanti Perera, and I'm forever in debt to Ayanti, who put us in touch with Miss Surani Nakavita, who has been Raquel's speech therapist since then. I mean, even now, Surani makes it a point. She makes it a point. Uh, like to visit her and to have sessions with her whenever she's in the country. So if Raquel has gotten somewhere and has come a long way, it is all due to the hard effort that was put by Surani. And so the next hurdle for us was to get her to a good school where she will fit in. So I was very concerned that she gets into a school where she can be with the other kids and that she's taken to another whatever the support unit only when it's necessary. So with Surani's and Ayanti's help, we thought that bishops had the best system because they have a unit, but they're not the kids are not kept in the unit right throughout. And the other apart from that, they all also had a system where they allowed the parents to have a shadow teacher for the child right throughout her school time. So with all that, I mean, Raki had a amazing, like happy childhood at Bishops, and I'm thankful to all the teachers, the principals at Bishops for accommodating her and accepting her for what she is. And our next hurdle was when it came to her O levels. So that was a bit of a strain on us because though Rak is very good at what she does, she has amazing memory. But when it comes to exams, she was a bit. There was a bit issue because when you teach her something, she's able to follow. But only thing is that has to go in a sequence, and then she needs some prompting or some sort of initiation. But in an examination setup, that is not something that you get. So because of that, we're a bit concerned about as to how she will perform at the O levels. But nevertheless, we just wanted her to go through that whole experience. And here I must highlight how advanced our education system in Sri Lanka is. Because when we applied for her O levels in her admission, um, like we mentioned about her needs and the special requirements. And then we were called for a meeting 3 months prior to the exam. And in that meeting, there were about 100 kids who were with special needs. And then there were a couple of interview panels who assess each and every child with their parents with the supporting documents to understand the requirements each child needs. So as a result, about 2 weeks prior to the exam, Raquel got a letter stating that she'll be assisted with two invigilators to be with her at the exam. And whenever she needs that, she can answer the questions verbally without having to write if she has a difficulty, and that I was able to, the parent is able to go and make her sit in the examination hall, and the examination hall is also a bit segregated from the normal hall. I mean, that was a superb arrangement that Raki got. And hats off to the education department. I mean, even the two invigilators who were there for her at the exam, they were so kind, and they made Raquel feel so welcome. And she was nervous on the first day, but then, I mean, they were able to put her at ease. um, I mean, I'm so much in debt to them, and I just wish that these facilities and the services that is offered, that is there in our system, is publicized more, so that people are aware what is there for their child. But then, though Raki couldn't get through the O levels the way that we hoped she would, I mean, she got through some other subjects, but then we thought that we will not pursue like with the higher education, because that doing exams is not her forte. So, I mean, we didn't want to pressurize in doing her something that she doesn't want to do, that she's not good at. So now actually we are at a discovery phase. We're trying out different avenues to see as to where her strengths lie. Um, so she's doing an internship at Slack and Trust, and she loves her work. And apart from that, she loves the music. I mean, she has amazing memory, as I told you before. We have this MP3 player, sorry, which has about 1,000 songs. Sorry. So she knows the order of the songs, the sequence of the songs, the name of the song, the artist. So that is the kind of memory she has. We just don't know yet as to how to make use of it. And she's very IT savvy. And because of her love to music, she has built a very good rapport with all the radio personalities, and she's forever in touch with them. She sends them, song requests, and she like takes part in their competitions, and she has even won a couple of them. So that is where she is right now. And in terms of socially and behaviorally, we haven't had huge challenges with her, because she's uh, a very gentle child. It's just that her routine is very structured. She doesn't like any surprises, and if there are any changes to her routine, she wants us to, like, we have to tell her in advance. For an example, her vehicle has to be there sharp at 4 to pick her up, and if it's not there, she calls my husband sharp at 4. And if it's not there by 4:10, she gets agitated and starts crying. So similarly, she expects me to come home by sharp at 6 or 6:30. If I'm not around, she again gets agitated and put tantrums. So now we have got used to it. So we always keep her in advance. I mean, keep her informed in advance, so that to accommodate her as much as possible. And the other thing is, what I want to tell you all is it a challenge? Oh my God, yes. But is it rewarding? Oh my God, yes. I mean, I just can't stress it enough, the amount of happiness. When I see her, I see the most innocent, the gentle, the pure child that you can ever hope for. I mean, I often feel why I can't be like her, because what happens to us is we often are worried about what other people think, and as a result we get upset. But in Raquel's case, because she doesn't understand how other people perceive her, she's very happy. She's a very happy child. And so, I mean, she has uh, shown me a different perspective to life. And with what I've gone through with her, with the little that I know, what I've got to know by being with her, as parents, what I can tell you all is, don't be too hard on yourself. If you are in my position, don't be too hard on yourself, right? Think that, I mean, don't think that other parents do more than you. I mean, it's not a competition. I mean, we have to do just the best that we can. I mean, just because other people do more than us, that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't do the less, I mean, to the best that you could, right? So it's not a competition, and it's not something to be ashamed of, right? I mean, if you think we all have some sort of mental disorder, it's just that it has not gotten to that triggering point. So don't think that you have to figure out your child's life all at once, because the things Raquel does now, I mean, the way she's independent now, I never thought 10 years back, I never thought that'll ever be possible. But she is like on her own, she does everything on her own, and I'm so happy. I mean, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So don't be too hard on yourself. You don't have to figure out everything at once. Take one step at a time. And as Vasita correctly said yesterday, what is important for us as a parent, as parents, is that our child is not a burden to the society, and that the fact that our child is a kind and good human being, that is all that matters at the end of the day. So that is my story. I hope you all were able to get some sort of input from that. So if there are any questions, I would happy to answer. And thank you for listening to me.